Everybody, and welcome to my first NFL mock draft. Just following Week 10, Week 11, whatever you want to call it, mock draft. And I've done my fair share of research on these prospects. There's a few that I still like to do a bit more on a couple of these players. But anyway, I think I finally feel like I know enough about the team, like what they need. And yeah, before we go ahead and get started, please leave a like, subscribe. It would mean the absolute world to me if you did. And if you don't want to, then you don't want to. But okay, let's go ahead and get into this. Starting off with the Detroit Lions. Simple pick, Kayvon Thibodeaux. Best player in the draft. I think that's a pretty obvious statement as of right now. I get that they need a quarterback. Like, a quarterback would be nice to have here. But there's no one worth taking. With the first overall pick, I don't see a quarterback worth taking. Whereas with Kayvon Thibodeaux, he's worth the first ever pick. Edge is such a premier position in the NFL. I think Kayvon Thibodeaux will be probably the best player from this draft class. Now for the Houston Texans, they can go in quite a few different directions here. They pretty much need anything. They will take anything. So really, it's just like, well, where do you have like a lack of talent? Where could you use some more talent? So Derek Stingley is interesting. Same with like all these top six to me are all very probable possible picks for the Texans here at 2. I would like to give them to Marvin Leal, but my concern is that they'll use him wrong. But I think I'm going to go ahead and draft him number 2 overall. They need to play him at edge. Okay? I get he's, 290 pounds? Play him at edge. He is so much, he will dominate from the edge for you, Houston. If you can move around, but primarily, please, from the edge. As for the cornerback of the Jets, I'm going to go cornerback here. And that's Derek Stingley Jr. I think he's the best cornerback in the draft. Followed closely by these two and Gardner, but Stingley he's the best player. He hasn't played a whole lot in college, but he's looked fantastic. And just LSU defensive backs to the Jets just feels right, even though they probably want to leave in a couple years. But moving on to the Jacksonville Jaguars, easy pick, Evan Neal. Protect Trevor Lawrence, or at least give him some time. He can be talented, just give him time to throw. Now, the Philadelphia Eagles, their first of 3 first-round picks, I believe. I believe is what he had, 3. See, the thing is, like, they need a lot, but not a lot. Like, 3 first-round picks, like at least 1, if not 2, they will trade down or trade into next year with. I could see this being one of them. If a team does just extremely like a quarterback, which I don't see, or sees a lot in Hamilton, Hutchinson, or whatever, but I don't have money, so not happening. But yeah, I think we go ahead and take Kyle Hamilton here. He's an extreme athlete. He knows what he's doing on the. He can track the ball. He just great IQ from what I have seen, and I love the fit for the Eagles, looking to improve the secondary. Where you could take someone like Kyer Elam, but by pick 11, Elam, Booth, and at least one of those 3 will still be there. There's no one in this draft quite like Kyle Hamilton. He's a freak for this draft, and I like his value there at 5. As for the New York Giants, I think it's, again, pretty easy. Aiden Hutchinson, absolute beast out of Michigan, which sucks because I don't like Michigan. But that's besides the point. Aiden Hutchinson is dominant. He will get into the backfield, run and pass. He will tear up any week he's coming after you. I like him a lot in New York. I think he can make a huge, very greatly impact from day one. Well, maybe not day one, but in his first year, I think he will do a lot for New York. and I'm rambling too much. Anyway, New York Jets. They need a lot. Aiden Hutchinson would have been nice for the Jets, but he's gone. According to this, offensive tackle would be the next need, where could take Charles Cross, Kenyon Green. There's some versatility with Green, I believe. But I don't think that's quite worth the 7th overall pick. So I'm not fully decided on what I'm going to do. I feel like defensively they aren't horrible. I don't believe. Are they good? No. They're far from good in just about in pretty much anything. But I do think you need to develop Zach Wilson correctly. And the two ways to do that are protect him and get weapons around him. Currently, they're not really doing either. But with this pick, the best value, I believe, is Chris Olave at wide receiver. He is extremely versatile, can do pretty much anything, and I feel like he could act like if Zach Wilson as kind of a safety blanket. I guess you typically hear that more with veterans, but you can have Olave do pretty much anything just to help Zach Wilson out, just get him. Olave is someone that can get open and has how tall is he again? Okay, he's not extremely tall, but he finds a way to bring in the ball. No, even though I tend to avoid cheering for Big Ten players, I am a very big fan of Chris Olave. As for the New York Giants, back on the clock, I'm very tempted to go Tyler Linderbaum here. Very high on him. I don't think they need a wide receiver, despite what that says. They don't need one. Linebacker, no one really worth it. So yeah, going Tyler Linderbaum. Tyler Linderbaum is amazing. He is absolutely fantastic. But in my opinion, by far the best interior offensive lineman, second best offensive lineman overall behind Evan Neal. And he will help Saquon and that running game so much. It'll be Linderbaum in New York. To me, it honestly just feels a little right. They need some offensive line help. You already got a star in Aiden Hutchinson on the defense. Now you got a great offensive center. And I think this is a nice looking like a nice draft so far for the Giants. As for the Washington football team, we're going quarterback. Okay, that's pretty much their only hole. Is quarterback. Now, when it comes to which quarterback, it's between these top three, Corral, Howell, and Willis. While Malik Willis might have the most upside, that's not. I can't take Malik Willis. Now, Sam Howell and Matt Corral. Which one do I? It's whoever I think will help them win now. Because they have so much talent, despite what it's looked like this year. They're going to need someone who can win now. And for me, I'm interested to see what they say. Okay, I don't feel like actually reading that. I feel like either one can help them a lot. I personally believe Sam Howell is a little bit better. I like him a little bit more. He has been overlooked, I believe, just due to the fact that his team sucks. He has Josh Downs, and that's it. But he is still a great quarterback. He can run it. He can throw it. He gets a lot of comparisons to Baker, which I see those. Hence why he's going 9 and not number 1. But he is still extremely talented. I love Sam Howell. I think he'll fit in very well for Washington. Now Miami. I don't believe 2 is the answer, but that's not here nor there. You shouldn't draft a quarterback still. what to do with you. I think you got enough wide receivers for now. Well, granted, not a huge fan of Devontae Parker. As for edge, George Karlaftis, very tempting. Only problem is he doesn't play much. Outside of that, extremely talented. Then there's also Kyer Elam, who is extremely talented and has fallen quite a bit. And your corners, like Xavier Howard's great, and like they're both good. But like, didn't Xavier Howard want to leave? Like, doesn't he like not want to be there? So you could take Kyer Elam. I think that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna take Kyer Elam, which allows like if we get a good enough trade, send Xavier Howard out. Because Elam is fantastic. He is so good. I like that. I think that like you can trade Xavier Howard for a future first, second, whatever round pick, and you can get a lot of value from that as well. Now here back with the Eagles, their second pick would have gone Kyer Elam, but instead going to go Mod or Sauce Gardner. One of my favorite. He's right up there with me, very close between him and Elam. Overall, I do he might hit similar backstory to Trayvon Diggs. Hopefully he's got that ball hawking ability too. But I think having a cornerback, having the Eagles take a cornerback here is very, very. Gosh, I can't. This is what happens when I try to record videos late. What I'm trying to say is that cornerback is probably one of the biggest needs on the Eagles, especially when 6 of your games are against you're playing wide receivers. First of all, CeeDee Lamb and Amari Cooper and Michael Gallup right now on the same team. Then you got Terry McLaurin, he's a fucking beast. Then the however many wide receivers the Giants have, and just the depth at wide receiver overall in the NFL is just growing immensely. So getting a stud corner like Ahmad Gardner, very beneficial, especially for the Eagles who have a little bit of a hole there. Next, the Atlanta Falcons. What to do with you? See, earlier, before the season started, I thought they would suck a lot, and I thought there would be a good quarterback. So, you draft a good quarterback, get rid of Matt Ryan. What you could do, take someone like Malik Willis, keep Matt Ryan for a year. Malik Willis learns, grows, and then you got your next franchise quarterback. However, that just doesn't feel right anymore. So now for me, it's between George Karlaftis and Jordan Davis. Because I'm just picturing a line with them and Grady Jarrett. Because Grady Jarrett can play edge or interior. So it frees up the option of either one. I love Jordan Davis. Absolute freaking monster. Like, he's just 6'6", 3. God, big. But Karlaftis is also a beast. So I'm gonna end up going Karlaftis here. You have a great defensive line in Karlaftis and Grady Jarrett. Keep Matt Ryan for the extra year. See how next year's quarterback looks at. That's. College is supposed to make you smarter, but here I am. Anyway, Minnesota Vikings. Considering Andrew Booth, but I think I'm going to go Jordan Davis. Jordan Davis, I love just watching him play is so much fun. We saw him play some offensive line fullback-ish and what game was that? The Ole Miss? No, I didn't play in Ole Miss. I don't remember what game it was, but saw him get to play a little bit of offense in there. That was fun. But just a beast of a man, Jordan Davis. He goes 13 to the Vikings. Broncos, I think I go quarterback because why not at this point? See, and these are the teams where you really don't know what they need. Because one day, Teddy Bridgewater looked fantastic. Scored 30 points against the Cowboys. And then they go to the Eagles, who are worse. And their defense is much worse than the Cowboys. And suck. And just... And there's one of these examples with every single team left. So I considered doing a video today on like why I hate the NFL, just like for that reason, just the inconsistency of that. If you want to see that, leave a like. 10 plus likes, I'll make that video. But for the Broncos, I think we go. I don't know. Because are you going to keep Teddy Bridgewater, or do you? I'm gonna go Matt Corral. I like Matt Corral. I think he will just start a quarterback controversy right away, which is always fun. And then I think he can be better sooner, and you don't have to rely on Teddy Bridgewater to develop him. But don't feel bad for Malik Willis. He goes right here. Either way, they go 14-15. They're both fantastic quarterbacks. They both can make great plays with their feet, with their arms. Don't really matter. They will both be fine. They will be fine NFL quarterbacks. I think they'll both be very good NFL quarterbacks. For some reason, in my head, I have Matt Corral just a tiny bit higher than Malik Willis. So he goes to Broncos. Then Malik Willis falls an extra spot to the Eagles at 15. Now the Cleveland Browns. You get a Garrett Wilson. Donovan Peoples-Jones ain't gonna. Well, even if who's your third wide receiver? If Donovan Peoples-Jones is good, and maybe Jarvis Landry wants to leave. So honestly, I wouldn't blame him. Y'all suck. Again, sometimes, because you go and beat the shit out of the Bengals, and then you come play us, get your ass kicked. Granted, of course, you're playing us. But no, I'll give you wide receiver. Really, because I don't think there's a quarterback good enough to replace Baker Mayfield at this point. If one of these two is still there, I probably would have. Baker sucks. Cleveland, free yourself. Get rid of Baker. Cincinnati Bengals. I'm going to go ahead and give you an offensive tackle in Charles Cross. I was wrong last year. The Bengals were right in taking Jamar Chase. Kudos to you. Okay, NFL executives are smarter than some random teenager. Shocker. But yeah, still take an offensive line. Still, yeah. You still take one. Las Vegas. What don't you need? You don't need a quarterback. That's actually quarterback and edge. Well, actually, anyone could take edge. But yeah, no, you need anything. Just cut your cornerback. First round draft pick quarterback, by the way. Your wide receiver, don't want to talk about him. But lucky for you guys, there's a cornerback and a wide receiver right here. There's also offensive linemen right here. I think Kenyon Green. I think he has quite a bit of versatility. Can play tackle, can play guard. So really, any one of these three. Like, take your pick. I would not complain with whichever one you get. I'm gonna go Andrew Booth Jr. here. I think your defense, because your offense for some reason is still working really well. Well, not really well. Your offense is still kind of working, and I even when you had Henry Ruggs, it still didn't fully make sense to me. So I'm relying on that magic a little bit more. Plus, if you look at this wide receiver board, when you get to the second round, there are still very talented wide receivers. Whereas when you get to cornerback, some guys I'm not as high on. So yeah, they go ahead and steal Andrew Booth Jr. here at 18. Carolina Panthers. What to do with you? Again, if there's a quarterback here, I would take it. I would take him. And I'm considering Kenny Pickett. And Carson Strong. Not so much Desmond Ridder. Not a huge fan of Desmond Ridder. Who else is here? yeah, I think I don't like how this draft has fallen. Typically, these picks come very easily to me, but I'm just doing really good or really bad. I think we'll go Kenyon Green. Could always use some offensive line help. Plus, I feel like a quarterback you can be happy with will fall. If not, well, Cam Newton's back, so I'm happy there. Los Angeles Chargers, they need someone to stop the run. That is what they need. Whatever, it could be a quarterback. If they can stop the opponent's run, take them. Unfortunately, Jordan Davis is off the board, which they should. And David Ojabo. Kingsley Enagbare tempts me. So with my Jay Sanders. I think both are extremely talented. I'm also very interested in Nakobe Dean. But I think I'm going to go ahead and take Kingsley Enagbare here. Just gives you a very good athlete on the defensive end. Should help in run stopping. The New Orleans Saints. Well, again, another team that needs a quarterback. At least in my opinion. Roommate says otherwise. I'm going to go Kenny Pickett. I really do like Kenny Pickett. I think he's a very talented quarterback. Great arm talent. As his decision making has improved so much. Now his actual pinpoint location on the ball could use a little work, but Sean Payton's a genius. And I don't think he will take a quarterback, but if he does, this team will be fantastic. Treyline Burks, if you take a wide receiver here, wouldn't be that mad with them. I guess those are two I would consider. Anyway, New England Patriots, I like Treyline Burks a lot. I really do. But our wide receivers are playing better. So I'm going to go with Nakobe Dean, linebacker. I love our team drafting linebackers because that's apparently all we do. Eventually one of them's got to be fantastic, right? So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and pick Nakobe Dean here just because I like Trent McDuffie, just not quite this much. But this does make the next pick very simple. Treylon Burks to Kansas City. Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Y'all been a little shaky as of late. Now what to do with you? Cornerback. See, I also feel like for us, the cornerback isn't the biggest. It's not a extreme need. It would be nice to have. As for the Buccaneers, I think cornerback is an extreme need. So you go Trent McDuffie there. Pittsburgh Steelers. Do I just give you a quarterback for the heck of it? Just say why not? Give you Carson Strong or Tanner McKee? Yeah, screw it. Why not? You guys, I hate Big Ben. Get him out of there. Baltimore Ravens. For you, I'm going to gift you an Ikem Ekwonu. That's what you get for Christmas, or whatever holiday you just want to say it's for. Yeah, there you go. Very talented offensive lineman. I like him in the run game. So that fits pretty well with the Ravens. But I think he'll be a very beneficial factor, even in his early years. Detroit Lions. At this point, we're handing everyone a quarterback. If you want one, go ahead and take Tanner Key. Or we take Drake London. I'm going Drake London. I'm still unsure about Tanner McKee. I know Broshmo likes him a lot. But as for me, I'm still a little on the fence. So I'm going to go ahead and take Drake London here. Dallas Cowboys, you get a safety. You get Jordan Battle out of Alabama, very talented player. Bills, believe I will go ahead. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead. Darian Kennard to the Bills. The Cardinals. Again, I want to, just don't like any of them. Though Darian Kendrick's pretty tempting. Personality issues, but tempting. We'll go Myjai Sanders. We'll go there. And then Tennessee, we'll go ahead and give you Devin Lloyd. Sorry, I'm trying to speed this up. Don't want this video to be too long. If you have any questions with this, just leave them in the comments and I can answer them there. Finally, Green Bay. You go ahead. Take a Drake Jackson from USC. I have thought so many times how confusing that would be, at least for me, to have Drake Jackson and Drake London on the same. I get it. It's confused me enough with just this research. Anyway, that's my draft. I hope you all enjoyed. If you did, like button, please hit subscribe, and I'll see y'all later. Adios.